This some hot shit right here, for real. Yeah. Look, do you hear me, baby? Yeah, you chance with the chance, don't come near me, baby. Young Mike Jack, I came to dance in your city, baby. Told my moms, they hoes, they been way too friendly lately. My old news got two babies.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Hey, chat, we back. What's going on? This one on the Cam Campbell and
Your boy Jay Combs. Hey yo, chat. Hey yo, chat. They told me today was National Wings Day, so I had to stop by a couple of places. First and foremost, I had to go, pick up them voodoo fries from Wingstop. If you don't know by now, hey, the Wingstop voodoo fries are top tier in the game right now. And then right now, the best deal in the nation right now is the Buffalo Wild Wings. Get 20 wings, and then you get like 4 different sauces.
sir, we can only do Wingstop or Buffalo Wild Wings.
What it
I
is?
prefer
It's Wild
Wingstop.
Wings.
Still,
Oh
I
well,
want.
I don't know what to tell you. Wingstop had the game on lockdown. I guess technically Wingstop has the same deal, but they
Mm-hmm.
were further, so I ain't feel like going all the way there. Yesterday,
Well,
yeah, it's leftovers. I ain't gonna lie to you. It was supposed to be for yesterday's show, but somebody, I lost my charger. Oh, I ain't mean to say that out loud.
that's crazy. You just said it
Hey
crazy
there.
like that. That's crazy, man. That's cool,
I
man.
ain't say no
That's
names.
y'all
I
keep
ain't
it
say
that
no
way, dude.
names. I ain't
Who
say no
else? Ain't
names.
nobody else on the show right now.
Hey, it could have been somebody else that we will bring it on tomorrow.
Anywho, what's going on, Chad? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? What's good? What's good, man? Oh, also, Wingstop. If y'all really want to, give us a little sponsor deal, commercial, let add 30 second, we here, not the color but the culture. But
So you choose Wingstop over. I give
Buffalo
you that.
Wild Wings,
Wingstop is.
any yes, yes. Mm-hmm.
I like it. I don't know. I think Buffalo Wild Wings got more sauces.
So Wingstop was my first job, even though I got fired.
How you get fired on your day off?
No, I got fired because I wanted to take a day off.
Nah, that man got fired because he was back there eating the wings. You know what? I can't take it
No,
anymore.
no. Actually, no. I had well, whenever I was on my chef, I had a cool cook back there. So whenever I wanted, he just, hey, can here you go. But no,
Mm, mm, mm.
I got fired from Wingstop. I got fired from Wingstop only because, and only because I was going to church that Sunday, and my boss ain't want to let me go to church. So you know, I had to do it.
Damn, your boss says you ain't gonna choose the Lord. Are you gonna choose me?
Hmm.
That is crazy work. Choosing the Lord or your job. That's right. That's wild.
Listen, man. I mean, think about it. My job can't get me into heaven.
You were
So,
like, you were like, these Wingstop wings are the only wings you need to worry about. But you need talking about some angel wings. You need to get back there and fry them crispy wings.
no, ain't DJ doing the most in there today. Gotta be Miss Rachel. Ain't
Hey, I got a question.
what's up?
What's the worst job you ever had to work?
The Boy Scouts.
Not the Boy
Hmm.
Scouts.
Yeah, hated it.
The worst
Ten
job?
out of 10 would never recommend.
What happened when you worked at
Hmm.
Walmart?
Which one? Which one?
The one where they
I only
told you
work.
that
I
you had to
don't.
go out there. You didn't work. You didn't what?
I was saying. Wait, hold on, hold on. My ring light tripping. Hold on.
Hey, wait a minute. Hey, Cam, wait a minute. Your son screaming in the background.
That's all right. Natural light. What was up?
Your son screaming in the background. Your
And he
ring
gonna
light
continue to
flickering.
he gonna continue to scream. He love his Miss Rachel.
Hey, the screen flickering. Hey man, you might be have a demon or something over there.
No, we pray too much over here.
You rent too much.
I said pray.
Oh, your family there
You ain't listen. You ain't
prays
listen.
together.
You ain't listen to the last episode. You better
Mm.
pray.
Hey, you want to
Hmm?
know something that's funny? Speaking of the last episode,
Mm-hmm.
I showed and pray over this food. Oh,
Lord forgive him. He don't know what he doing.
Jesus knows my heart.
Mm-mm.
Watch,
I
I'm gonna
already
get
know my heart. Mm-mm. But hey. So let's get back to the episode. So, like always, before we get into today's video, got to shout out the sponsors that keep us back in the culture and also building it. Black by Cam. So, if you don't know by now, Black by Cam is a clothing brand, and Black stands for builders, leaders, achievers, and creators with knowledge. So it ain't about clothing. It's about investing in yourself. It is about investing in yourself, investing in your mindset, investing in your everyday movements. Investing is the message. And it's a message that says it's not the color but the culture. So, with every single shirt and every single drop, it's inspired by one of the five pillars. So, whenever you're repping a brand, you're repping your journey. So, like always, when you go to www.blackbycam right there on the screen, you check out. You use that code right there, Coach 10, get you 10% off on your first order. So remember, Black by Cam, Black by Cam, Black by Cam, and it's not the color but the culture. Yes, sir. But yeah, like I said, he gonna scream, he gonna watch Miss Rachel, and I'm gonna keep my light off for whatever reason, but it's cool. Wait, say again. Wait, I think you're on mute. You on mute, my guy.
it was probably for the best
You said a
because
lot
I
of
show
bleeps.
a little bit. Cam here and there. I want my white man. Where is my white woman? Ah, that white woman funny.
Oh Lord, she ain't that funny.
Daddy, look
I'm
at her.
sorry.
Look at her. She said, "Ee." Daddy, can you go?
Let me stop
Ee.
before I have the. Let me stop before I had the Miss Rachel lovers at my neck.
Mm.
Mm-mm.
Are you one of them television parents? Sit your child in front of the television all day and hope that they just be quiet?
Mm-mm. Only because I know my child.
He ain't gonna be quiet, but you're gonna sit in
Nope.
front of TV all day.
No, both. Mm-mm. My child
Hey,
gonna
yo,
be one of those
chat.
go outside.
Hey, yo, chat. When I tell you I'm trying to be the Keith Lee of this new game, right? I went to go try this other new place that well, it ain't new, but I like this donut place. It's called Voodoo Donuts. Hey, if you were ever in Southern California and you want to taste some great donuts, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look. Ooh.
And you talking about me having demons?
Mm. Right here, this called a voodoo. This called a voodoo. Basically, they put like some Boston cream in it with some chocolate on it, and then they put you know, a little pretzel stick inside of it, like a voodoo doll. This just like, hey, something that's cool? They gave me 2 of these donuts for the Lolo. I don't even eat one of them because I don't like peanut butter. But oh well,
Mm.
I ain't got nobody else to give it to. So, and then this called a strawberry shortcake. I took a little, started to eat it, but oh well. But yeah, Voodoo Donuts, check them out. Southern California delicacy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hey, so let me ask you this question: when it comes to money, would you rather have $1 million, or would you rather have 1 year with total peace?
$1 million.
Mm-hmm. One whole year. Mm-hmm.
Well, I choose peace because if I have peace, right,
Hmm.
that means I ain't got to worry about. I ain't got no financial troubles. Mean I ain't gonna need that $1 million, right? If I got peace, I ain't worried about. I don't have any financial troubles. Anything I want to do, I can kind of do without stress because I got peace and I got peace of mind. So I take the peace because peace is way more valuable than $1 million.
Hmm.
Now I might not be rich, but I have enough money to do everything I want to do for a year.
No, you ain't gonna say you had enough money. You just won't be as stressed out.
No peace. That's peace for me.
Hmm.
That is peace for me. Not having to stress about money. That's a part. That's an aspect of it. I don't stress about money. I have enough to do what I need to do. Go where I want to go. Live how I want to live. And also, I ain't stressing over nobody. I ain't stressing over anything that can have like people bother me. Like I'm at peace.
Hmm. Well, let me go and get that 1 million.
Mhm.
Cause hey, they say more money, more problems, but I'm gonna have problems all the way till I leave here.
But think about it like this.
I don't want to. No, I'm playing. What's up?
Think about how like so you got to think about this argument, and you got to think about this argument in two levels. So yeah, if you can't have one, then it must mean you're gonna have the antithesis of the other. So if you're gonna have $1 million, then it mean your life gonna be hell.
Not necessarily.
Now the antithesis of you not choosing peace, that means you're not gonna have peace. You're just gonna have $1 million, a stressful $1 million,
Mm.
which means you ain't gonna probably be able to enjoy it because you guys one of God's strongest warriors,
Hmm.
and he
I've been
trying
there.
you.
Look, I've been there for 28 years. Next.
But I rather have peace
Mm. Chat, y'all comment down below. Would you rather
because the
have
anti
$1 million or 1 year of peace? Compete,
but yeah,
please. Peace.
like think about it. If you don't have peace, the antithesis of peace is turmoil, constant turmoil for a year. So even if you got the $1 million, that means you might end up having to spend it on a constant turmoil.
Right. Hmm. And
Was it Kendrick that said, I know millionaires that aren't happy or something like that?
sure.
I don't know. But I got a question for you.
What's up?
Would you rather get $2 every second for a year straight, or a payout of $100 million straight up?
You said the first one $2 every second.
Every second.
That's a lot of seconds.
Only 6,664. Only 604,000.
Mm. $2 a second though.
Mm-hmm. Or a smooth payout of $100 million right up there. No add-ons or nothing. Just no taxes, no nothing. Just $100 million.
That 100 mil do sound good.
Mm-hmm.
But you talking about 365 days of $2 a second,
Mm-hmm.
even on Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
even on my birthday,
Mm-hmm.
even on Columbus Day.
Mhm.
Even on Juneteenth. Let me get
Even
that.
on Easter.
Let me get that. Let me go and get that $2 every second.
Good
It
answer.
don't. It don't even matter how much it come out to.
It's gonna come out to about 104 million.
Mm. Oh. Mm. Well, ain't much of a difference, but I'll make it work. But hey, so let me ask you this question:
Mm-hmm.
if you could meet a billionaire, right,
Mm-hmm.
and you could only ask them 3 questions, what 3 questions would it be if you were to ask a billionaire?
That's a good question. Let me see. Um, shit.
You
Damn,
could
that's a
ask
good
any
question.
question in the world, but you only got three. You only got 3 questions to ask him, and he gotta go.
Mm-hmm. 3 questions.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Three of them things.
All
Mm-hmm.
right, I got one. One of my question would be, what do you think truthfully separates you from everybody else that has failed? What do you fundamentally think is the difference between somebody who made 100 million versus somebody who made a billion? What are the fundamental differences, and what are the things that truthfully make somebody that keeps people from going crossing over to the $1 billion?
Okay.
And then I got another question: is fundamentally there's an argument about there's no ethical billionaires.
Mm.
For that, in that argument, the argument is there's no fundamentally because there's no fundamentally ethical billionaires because you always got to step over somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have to step over somebody and you have to trade places with the worker with your lowest pay, would you? Hmm, dang, what happened?
Hmm.
My question with this be: Would you ever?
Mm.
Would you ever trade places with your lowest paid worker?
Mm.
And if so, you have to do it for a whole year. Could you trade places with your lowest paid worker for a whole year and live like they live? Um,
Mm.
Also, I would ask, realistically speaking,
Mm-hmm.
in your purview, what is the thing? What thing do you feel like you, as the billionaire class, and us as the other percenters,
Mm-hmm.
realistically speaking, what are the steps and keys that we truly need to have it more balanced, and why? And what have you done to promote that balance? And do you believe that there's a such thing as paying people on their worth, not their monetary value? Do you believe, like, yeah, do you believe in paying people their monetarily worth, not their monetarily value?
Mm. Okay. Okay.
What about you?
If I could ask a billionaire 3 questions, one would definitely be, how do you find out exactly what you should invest in? Because obviously you don't become a billionaire off of one thing. But I'll ask him, how did he decide what he wanted to invest in? Two, I would ask him, would he invest in Black by Cam? Uh,
Shameless plug.
you said what?
Shameless plug. I get it. I dig it. I dig it.
hey, you miss every single shot you don't shoot.
Oh, I feel you. I definitely
So,
would. Hey, I would say the same.
right. And then the third question would definitely be, um, if you could go back and ask your 13-year-old, if you can go back to your 18-year-old self, what would you tell yourself?
Hmm.
Yep. So, with that being said,
I got a
this question,
question.
mm,
What if you asked them outside of the ideal of, oh, you gotta strap your bootstraps up? Because we all know that in truth, yes, there is some aspect of it, but there also is a lot of luck that goes into it. In your purview, what are truthfully the actionable steps that somebody who is making $8 an hour can financially succeed in life
mm,
in a growing economy where they have to somebody who makes $8 a life, $8 an hour, and
mm,
has a family of four.
mm. Hmm. Good question. Good question. But so there's a video. It's called "20 People Confront a Billionaire" with John Morgan, who's the founder of Morgan and Morgan. It's a law firm, and let's pretty much let's see what they're talking about as far as the questions they gonna ask them. So,
Today, I think we've all
and then also let me know if you can hear it or not.
sat here and we've heard you talk about your jet and Maui and your three homes and the money that sits in your account that you don't care to touch. What stops you from helping every person in this room that's struggling right now? How do you help them? What do you do? Because you got a private jet, but I had to take off from work today and I'm struggling. I got bills, man.
I'm John Morgan, the founder of Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. And according to Forbes, I'm a billionaire. Ask me anything.
My first question is, how much are you currently worth, and how did you amass that amount of money?
I'm a lawyer. I went to law school and became a lawyer, but I'm also a serial entrepreneur. I built and operate a chain of attractions across America. I have Marriott hotels across America. I built shopping centers. The big part of my wealth has been generated by my law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Well, I don't know exactly how much I'm worth. I used to tell my kids when they were little, when their friends would ask them, are we rich or not? I said, the answer is this: we're comfortable.
What do you mean comfortable? Like, you definitely have way more than just being comfortable. You live a luxury life.
Do you call being worth the
Um, pause.
Count that man pockets.
Right. um.
Let me ask you this, Cam.
Uh,
Do you believe that there's a such thing? Do you believe being a billionaire inherently makes you unethical?
nope.
I agree.
Only because I heard Tyler Perry say this exact quote.
Mm-hmm.
When you actually start getting money, like money,
Mm-hmm.
it only shows who you truly are. Let me turn this light off. Hold on.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't agree for that fact, but the whole argument is you can't be an ethical billionaire because you have to step over people and capitalism, blah blah blah. Well, capitalism basically encourages you to cut corners into whatever. You cut corners and step over people and use people. However, I kind of am agreeing with you. I don't fall into that notion that just because you're a billionaire doesn't inherently mean you're ethical. You're unethical.
Mhm.
I do feel like when you're a billionaire, I feel like yes, there is a level of you having to go, you know, you may pay, you may benefit off of low wages or whatever, but at the same time, I also feel like that on this, like, just because you're a billionaire doesn't inherently just automatically mean you're built you know you're unethical. Because I think about somebody like Beyonce and Jay-Z who built their billions off of entertainment, primarily entertainment.
Hmm.
Who are they taking advantage of? All their workers get paid. All their songwriters and people get paid. All their entertainment people that like their industry people that work for them get paid. I think about somebody who, like Tyler Perry, who became a billionaire by making a film studio, taking care of everybody
Hmm.
that comes to that film studio. So I don't feel like, yeah, just because you're a billionaire doesn't mean inherently that you're unethical. I even say somebody like Warren Buffett, who just got rich off of like investing. Who did he take advantage of? I mean, yeah, you gotta, loans and what's it called? It cool, but I think of it like this: if you're a billionaire, that just means you found a way to break the matrix, and you found the glitch in the system to win. And I can't fault somebody for taking what they got
Hmm.
and expanding upon it. Now, what makes it unethical to me is when you get that billionaire, if you're just hoarding wealth and you're not trying to do anything to redistribute it, or trying to, you are intentionally stepping over people. You are intentionally harming people, bringing harm to people. Like, yeah, I think that becomes unethical. But inherently speaking, just saying you're a billionaire, you're unethical, or you're an evil person, I don't fall into that notion now.
And then honestly, I don't believe in pocket watching or pocket counting.
Exactly.
I mean, if you got it, you got it. If you don't, yeah. But I feel like I'm not. I don't ever feel like I should ever be the person to be like, well, since you're a billionaire, then you should be able to do such and such, and then you should be able to provide jobs and everything. No, bro,
Hmm.
that's your money. You the one that spent time while people were asleep and been on your grind. I ain't never gonna fault you for that. You
Exactly.
wanted to go
Like,
do that. Hey, do it.
exactly. Like for me, for me, I don't know. I look at it like I feel like where do we lose this plot? This is the thing that I feel like in America right now. Where do we
Mm-hmm.
lose the plot? It used to be the dream to want to hustle and go out and get stuff. Now people realize saying no, they victimize they make it seem like it's uncool to actually want to be rich.
Mm-hmm.
And I get
Well,
it. A lot of people are struggling out here. No, man, there are literally the arguments out here to say, man, I don't care about struggling or grinding. I just want to be happy or comfortable. I get that. Cool. But don't demonize somebody for saying that that's what they aspire to. There's legit arguments about, yeah,
mm,
all rich people are evil. No. Just because your life sucks. I'm sorry, I ain't mean to say
I
that.
wouldn't go that far. You don't know people's lives, but I
You
mean,
right.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Like, well, okay, let me say it like this. I don't necessarily watch content or surround myself around people that quote
Mhm.
unquote down people for wanting to be rich or wanting to have a better life. Cause it's like I don't want to be around that because it's like
Mhm.
this is what I want to do. This is my mission. This the time I'm on. This is what I'm trying to do. So
Right.
it's like I try to surround myself with that. And I mean, who wants to? Well, okay, let me say it like this. Ever since the year of 2020 with the whole COVID-19 and the whole shutdown thing, people have been all wanting to become more entrepreneurs because they
Mhm.
realized, like, when the world shut down, so did jobs. Like, a lot of people lost their jobs. So they're just like, okay, cool. I still got bills. I still got a family. I still got to figure it out. So, since I can't get a job from whoever or however, I'm gonna start doing Uber. I'm gonna start doing waiter. I'm gonna start doing DoorDash. I'm gonna start
Mhm.
doing, however I can. So it's pretty much like people wanting people still had to survive however they could, and which means they had to start doing whatever type of hustles they could. But what I don't like is when people try to downplay the hustle, like you were saying. Like people still to this day still want to open up these businesses. As an entrepreneur, I'm all about still whatever it is. You go if you want to go do it, go get it. Go start it. Go do that. Go write that ebook. Go start that book club. Go start that business. Whatever it is. But I don't like people that be like, oh well, we don't need another podcast, or we don't need another clothing brand, or we don't need another book. It's just like, bruh,
Well, sit your ass on it. Look at the same stuff you doing.
move,
Wear your
move.
same. Like, here's my thing, and this is, I guess, I don't know, because I consume. That's a problem. I stay on the internet too much. I admit that, but my issue is this: all these new generation of people.
Mhm.
It's like we lost it. It's like slowly but surely we're losing the plot. Like, I get it. Capitalism in itself is complicated, complex.
Mhm. Mhm.
There's a good side, there's a bad side. But you want me to believe that as a black man in America, avid studier of history, you want me to believe that the next best option is to go to a system where the government is supposed to take care of everybody.
Mhm.
America. Government's supposed to take care of everybody. Or take everything and make everything equal amongst everybody. I don't believe. I'm sorry, I can't subscribe to that belief that everybody is equal. I believe in stratification to a certain thing. Now, even in that though, I do believe that there should be more guardrails to protect people who aren't that high level. I do believe that there should be some socialistic guardrails and protections for people who can't protect themselves. And I do believe that you do have to pay people a fair working wage. I do believe that people deserve to be able to live, and anybody who actually goes out and work 40 plus hours should be able to live their life and enjoy their life.
Mhm.
And their whole wage shouldn't go to their bills. But at the same time, I don't believe that inherently makes them want. That don't inherently makes means they're supposed to be a millionaire or a billionaire. No, but at the same, and then I also don't say, oh, you're gonna fault the billionaire for
Being a
capitalizing
billionaire.
on,
Yeah, pretty
yeah,
much.
for being a billionaire,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
capitalizing on the opportunity that they were
Like,
presented.
how dare you become a billionaire? Like,
Man,
somebody had to do it.
get your weak ass out of here.
Somebody had to do it.
Like, do I glorify billionaires? No,
Right.
but I do
Okay.
respect people who find ways to innovate and to push.
Hmm.
Like, usually to be a billionaire, that means you have to do something to push society forward in a certain way. You can't just become a billionaire just by you can maybe become a millionaire or whatever. But usually if you're a billionaire, that means you usually probably did something that has some part in pushing society forward.
Right.
Mark Zuckerberg changed the way we interact with people.
Hmm.
Bill Gates changed the way that we look at internet and technology. You don't become a billionaire if you don't contribute in a major way.
Hmm.
Whether it's so, I like I said, I'm not sitting here glorifying billionaires. Say glorifying billionaires are these gods, but I also realize and respect game what game is do. Like, they found the glitch in the matrix and they innovated. They
Right.
contribute to society in a way that pushed it forward.
I got you.
You can't be a leech and be a billionaire, or a self-made billionaire and be a leech.
Right.
$1 billion comfortable.
Very. And but you don't feel like it because you don't spend it. When you grow up a certain way, it's not like it's changed much in my life. I'm in the same house. I don't spend the money that you would think I'd spend. It's odd because you have all this money in the bank, but it doesn't really change what you do day to day.
My question for you is, what stops you from using your wealth to change somebody's life?
Nothing.
Hey, I don't know if you heard me, but I just knocked over all these cups. I had to pause it. This guy here, Frederick.
Hey, now the question you're looking for is at the end. By the way, I know what you're looking for.
but still.
I mean, let's hear. Let's hear. Let's
Yeah.
hear.
Okay.
Listen, I live three places. I live in Florida, I live in Maui, Hawaii, and I
I
live
ain't brag about all
in
that.
New Hampshire. But I've taken my wealth and done certain things. Like in Florida, where I live, I ran a constitutional amendment twice to legalize medical marijuana. I lost the first time, but I won the second time with 72% of the vote. I believe that income inequality is the number one issue facing America today. The rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer. And every day the gulf is getting wider. So what did I do? I ran a constitutional amendment. I spent tens of millions of dollars to raise the minimum wage from $8 an hour to $15 an hour in Florida. That's a doubling of the minimum wage. So I take that money that I make and I've run those constitutional amendments and I've put money into food banks and coalition for the homeless, and it goes on and on. And I will tell you this, not to pat me on the back too much about it, because I don't really feel it. I don't really feel it. I was at lunch the other day and this woman walks up to me, she says, John, I just want to thank you and your wife for the donation you made to iDignity. I didn't know what iDignity was. I said, how much do we give? She said, $500,000. It turns out that my wife had given the money. And by the way, if you want money, call my wife. And iDignity is a place for the poorest of the poor to get identification, because more and more in this country, you need to have an identification just to get food stamps. I believe when you make this kind of money, you have an obligation to give it back. You don't feel it. It doesn't hurt you. You know, you can look at me and know I'm not missing too many meals. So I don't feel like I'm doing anything special. I feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
So I'm going to try to rephrase it. What stops you from getting out that car at the moment where you and your son, and you seen the homeless person? What stopped you from changing that person's life?
Well, I do get out of the car from sometimes. When I pull up to a stoplight and there's somebody out there begging for food, even if they look like they've been eating donuts for the last 10 years, I give them money because I'm not going to judge them. I look at them this way. They're out there on the street in the heat. I don't know what they're doing out there, but you know what? It's not my job to judge.
I feel like a lot of billionaires, they say the same thing. They say they do donate and they do give to people. You give to organizations and large conglomerates that take your money and they break it up and they throw it around. If you're not handing something down to help somebody who really needs it, then what does it matter?
You're in the law.
Okay, now
Buddy said
you go first. I'm gonna go.
the question was, what do you do to change somebody's life? And Buddy real like Buddy, his answer was, man, I do get out the car and I go buy him something to eat.
Mhm.
But he did have a good point though. He uses his power, and like truthfully, I feel like after a certain point, you can't just throw money at stuff.
Right.
Money isn't always the answer. Like, bro, like I pay your bill this time, then what happens tomorrow and then after that. So
Mhm.
what I liked about his answer before he just said, yeah, I do get out the car and pay him. He actually puts his money behind what he said. That's what I feel like you should do, is put your money behind bills and amendments and stuff to actually make people's lives better, to actually put people in position to make those decisions on how we actually change people's lives. I think Carlos Miller had like a went viral at the college thing, whatever, right?
I saw you had
Where he was like,
celebrity college. Yeah.
yeah, where he was going viral talking about something like it ain't billionaires' jobs to change people's lives and feed them homely and all that. It's not their job.
He was some of the government, not billionaires.
Well, he did.
same thing, same thing.
He said the question was, should billionaires or millionaires, if you got $100 million, why don't you help me out? And it's like, it's not my job. It's the people who you put in positions job to do that. If you really cared that much about changing people's lives like that, then you go elect officials and elect people who are going to actually put work in and put the into legislation things that are actually going to change people's lives. And the fact that people in the room with him were so dumbfounded and act like they couldn't understand what he was saying and was like, nah, you wrong, no, he's not. At the end of the day, we stay in a democracy, good, bad, or indifferent. The system only works how the people choose it for it to work. You want the system to change, then you have to go out there and make sure people get elected to make that change.
Hmm. So when I had originally seen it like last year,
Mhm.
on BET Plus, like I even understood what he was saying then. Like, of course, of course, everybody can do something.
Mhm.
Like regardless if you got $100 or $100 million, but it's just the fact that he was explaining um like Swag and Nick, he was
Swaggy
like
P.
him too. The man name is Nick. Same thing. Swaggy P to be
Yeah.
culturally. To be culturally. Anyway,
Wait.
but Swaggy P, he was like, bruh, like, you done made $1 million, you did all this and did all that, but you ain't never helped no poor person. And it was just like, you know what? I mean,
Why you pocket watching on the first part?
he was proving the point. He was proving his point. He was like, you ain't never changed nobody, like, but it's like, bruh, like, he's saying that everybody in that room could have and should have, but it's like they want to see, they want it pretty much to be like a, well, I feel like certain people should. And he was just like, well, obviously we all want the same thing, but ultimately we know for a fact, well, Carlos knew for a fact that ultimately the people that quote unquote can don't. So don't be
Exactly.
sitting here like they should. And it's like, okay, well, just like you can tell somebody all day, go clean your room, go clean your room, go clean your room. If they don't do it,
It ain't even that. Like, it's this. Here's my
yeah,
problem.
you can, but
Here's
you
my
don't.
problem. People like, oh, it's the government and they bought off. Well, here's the thing. Money can only truly get you so far. It gets you advertisements, it gets you such and such. But at the end of the day, I'll take it back to last year. We had a
Hmm.
choice between two different candidates.
Hmm.
Very clear and very their messaging and what they wanted to do.
Hmm.
And the majority of voters still voted for the one person that, in my opinion, was the worst for the conditions that was pursued in him. And I'm sorry, he's proven it right. Like,
Hmm.
bro, like, so at some point it's like, well, you keep saying the system, the system, the system. When you are a part of the system, you saying billionaires, 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 they hoarding all this money, they hoarding all this money, and blah blah blah. I mean, at the end of the day, yes. How much money is too much money at some point? You
Hmm.
you can't just buy your way out of stuff. It just doesn't. Even if he was to go donate all his wealth, right?
Hmm.
It still wouldn't help.
Hmm.
It'll help probably two times,
Hmm.
maybe a little. Okay, maybe a little bit more than two times. But at the end of the day, the problem's still gonna be there.
Yeah, like so like Tyler Perry was saying on Kirk Franklin's show, he was pretty much saying that how he had to fire his aunt
Mhm,
because, long story short, like he gave her a job because she kept asking for money, like,
mhm,
hey, can I have, hey, can I have, hey, can I have, and he was like, okay, well, instead of me, feeding into your addiction, let me actually provide you with an opportunity in order for you to actually make some money. But
mhm.
then, she didn't do her part. It's like he did his part by giving her a leeway and giving her some way to make money. But it's like ultimately, if the person does not want to, you can't force them to. That's what I was pretty much saying about the whole clean your room type thing.
Right.
Like
I
you you,
mean,
you
I
can't
get I
you can't
get that.
force.
I get that part, but I don't even like blaming people. Sometimes it is part people problem. Like sometimes it is people problem, but even then,
Mhm.
like I think about like to this, right? You got people that legit will say sit up and say it's in the best interest for us to be poor and for rich people to not be taxed. And it's good for them because they're gonna create jobs and they're gonna create money. But why that falls apart is this: if I got money, you got money, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
You got $500,000.
Mhm.
Are you gonna go put that back into something, invest that into something, or are you gonna save it? You're gonna save the majority of that.
Right.
You might break your family off something. You might go buy you something. But for the most part,
Well, okay. Well, let me say it. Let me say it like that. Let me say it like this. Me being me, I'm going to make it possible to make more of it. But of course, I am gonna
exactly,
ultimately save. But it's like
exactly.
I'm not finna go feed the world. Like because it's like ultimately, because my thing is this. Like,
Put it like this.
hmm
I'll sum it up like this. You got that same $500,000.
hmm
Are you gonna be keen to ready to say, "Oh yeah, I'm finna go pay all my taxes and make sure everybody full"?
you know me. You already know the answer. You already know me. You already know. But I mean, and that's not even on no stubbornness. It's just the fact of at the end of the day, one thing, like Steve Harvey, Steve Harvey father told him, he's like, one thing you can't do for poor people is not be one of them. Don't give away all your money. And I get it. I get it because it's like ultimately, just like they have to live, you have to live as well.
Right,
So it's not even like a dog eat dog world. It's just the fact of like, bro, like I have to still live my life until I leave this world.
right.
So
So
it shouldn't be like a well
now,
why
you're gonna
don't
have
you
people? You're gonna have people saying, "Well, what about the people that has excess?" That's what we're talking about. The billionaires with excess, and they can live their life and whatever. Cool, they can. But
okay.
again, it goes back to this problem of even if a billionaire came in and said, "I want to donate $1 billion
Mm-hmm.
to feed the homeless people. This is how much money it's gonna cost to feed the homeless."
Mm-hmm.
Cool, I want to pay for it. I want to spend my whole wealth. Cool, you feed them that one time. Then what?
Then what? Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
They still gonna
Because
be
I mean,
homeless.
yeah,
Still can't you even if they bought, even if the top 1% all band together and say, "Yeah, we're gonna buy everybody a house."
you still got utilities, you still got property tax, and then
Oh,
of
we can do
course,
away with all those. We can do away with all those. Well, then how do we go about, like, all I'm gonna say is this: a bartering system only works if everybody buys into saying, "Oh yeah, this is worth what is this said worth."
mm,
It don't really work like that, fam. We're too far advanced for a bartering system to work. Because how am I gonna tell you this charger is worth the same amount as your iPhone?
mm,
You have to have something to measure stuff by.
mm-hmm.
So, anyway, we can go. We can keep going.
Gotcha.
Off field, and that's how you've amassed your network and everything that you've earned. If you had to start over in a different industry, what would you be in order to become a billionaire again?
I don't even know how it happened in the first place. So it's like keep waiting to wake up, and it was all a dream. I was like, how did this happen? Listen, here's my problem. I suck in math and I suck in science, so there's not many jobs left for me after that. But my gut tells me I want to go to Wall Street and make deals like that. But what I would probably do is stay in the attraction business that I'm in. I love that business because there's no fighting. And I did it as a hobby. I've always thought what I could have done with my attraction and amusement business if I'd had it full time instead of, it was more like collecting stamps than anything, to tell you the truth.
So you made some comments about liking capitalism and how much legislation you did for raising the minimum wage for $15 an hour here in Florida. Is there anyone at your law firm or your multiple businesses that you're paying less than $15 an hour now?
No. And I wasn't paying less then because I believe that a living wage is a civil right. I also believe that retaining employees with a living wage and bonuses, it's good for business. I believe by paying more to my employees, I keep them, attrition is lower, and believe it or not, although it sounds backwards, I believe by paying more, I make more because I keep people, and my people are really all I have.
So in your opinion, why aren't other billionaires
And then also like as a business owner, you do realize like if you take care of your family and your people, your team, they will take care of you.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Naturally.
He summed up in a nutshell, he summed up why I believe it's okay to be a billionaire. Like it's okay to have wealth, but the balance is, if we're gonna have wealthy people, you also have those wealthy people also have to take care of their working people.
Right.
There's a balance to this,
Right.
and so I agree with him 100% that yeah, man, I got all this money, but I do make sure my people are taken care of. Because, like you said, the more you take care of your people, the more they're gonna take care of you.
Mm-hmm.
The more you show up for your people, the more happier, and the more they're gonna show up for you.
Right.
So yeah.
There's doing the same thing that you're doing.
Well, I think some are and some aren't. A lot of people have to, like once I raised the minimum wage here in Florida, all of a sudden, out of the blue, Universal raised the minimum wage to $15 an hour. I kind of took credit for that. At a certain point, when wages start to rise, businesses have to respond, because if Universal,
I was gonna say, I don't know if I'm gonna make it through the whole video.
Disney's got to pay $15
I got you.
because
Yeah.
who cares if you're running Small World or Harry Potter? You're looking for a job.
So you mentioned a little bit how you've put money into politics and things like that, and in the current political climate in the United States, our government's run by the billionaires, kind of for the billionaires. What do you think the moral role of a billionaire should be within the United States government?
By and large, the opposite of what it is. These fat cats got so much money, but they want the tax laws to benefit them. Like these hedge fund people don't even pay taxes. And so the billionaires are not satisfied with what they have. They want more and more and more and more. And what my worry is, this income inequality, at some point there's a breaking point. At some point you can become Cuba. And what I would say to these billionaires, you're going to make this gulf so big and so vast, just because you don't think it could ever happen in America, just remember January 6th. Just remember them storming the Capitol. Those were the barbarians at the gate, and they were mad as hell. And you know what they're mad about? They were mad because they think they're going to fall further and further behind. They weren't mad, and they thought Donald Trump was the one that could do it for them. But that's why they stormed the Capitol. And when I saw it, I said, that could be our future if we let the haves and the have-nots get so separated.
I think everybody knows that probably every single billionaire does evade taxes. And he did say that he wants billionaires to be taxed so high, but I can promise you he probably has found ways to evade taxes.
Duh. I mean,
here's my thing. Here's my thing.
Yeah. That ain't no shock.
I believe everybody should pay a fair tax. I do not believe billionaires should be, even with all their assets. I do believe that they should be taxed on all their assets, gained or unrealized. In that though, I don't believe that it's a balance. Like I don't believe you should overly tax people either, like overly punish people for being rich. There's a balance. Like I'm not an economist, so don't ask me what the tax rate should be. I don't for billionaires and like people with all that. I'm not an economist, I'm not an accountant, but I do say that yes, at some point, yes, it is ridiculous that a billionaire pays less than I do.
And you want to know why?
Man, exactly. Why he get to write off his car? Meanwhile, I got to pay. I do get to write off my car though, because it is a business expense. But that's besides the point.
And so does he.
But hear me out.
And then it's not as.
Here's a difference. Exactly. But still, it's his car.
Yeah, but it's not his car.
It's in his business name.
Car. Right.
Exactly. But even then, all that aside, right?
Mm-hmm.
How is it that I, as just an average everyday American, pay less in taxes, pay more in taxes than somebody like a Jeff Bezos?
You ready for your answer?
Because he's not realized his gains, quote unquote, but he's borrowing against his gains. You can't have it both. Like you're borrowing against it, but it's not realized, but you get to borrow against it.
You ready for your answer?
Go for it.
The reason why you pay more in taxes than Jeff Bezos is simply because you don't have employees working for you. You don't have real estate, which
Mhm.
means when you
But
have
okay.
real estate, no,
Mhm.
hold on, let me finish. When you have real estate and when you open up these jobs for people, you're literally doing what the government is not doing. It's not having to do. You're pretty much doing the job. So because you're doing their job, they pretty
Mhm.
much just like, okay, cool. You ain't really gotta do no taxes because I mean you technically taking care of what we are trying to do. You give them
Mhm.
jobs, you have them somewhere to stay. We gonna make them pay for what you already doing because obviously we can't make you do it because you helping us. You on our side. You our homeboy. You my
Well,
cousin. I got you.
here's the thing. I got you on that, and I
Mm-hmm.
agree. I agree to a certain extent. Yes, yes, you are paying taxes by hiring people. You aren't paying tax. However,
Mm-hmm.
when you're hiring people, yet none of your employees can afford to stay in the real estate that you own, and
Mm-hmm.
you're jacking up the prices so much, so much, so much
Mm-hmm.
that nobody can afford it. Like you see the balance, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of counteract that whole, oh yeah, I'm employing people. Yeah, I'm employing people, but they can't. I'm employing people, but they can't afford anything.
Exactly. But
So how does that make sense? Make that make sense? I'm employing people, but they can't afford
mm-hmm.
they can't afford to even come to work.
Right. So that's one of them unfortunate situations where it comes from.
Like I
So
said, pay. So like I said, yeah, the
that's
government say
that's
you're
one of
doing our
that's
job.
one of those.
No, it ain't
Yeah.
no so though. It's not a so. That's the thing.
I mean,
It's not
no.
a so.
Technically, it's a soul on their half, not a soul on those people that's
But
actually suffering for it.
here's the
It's like
thing,
a.
and
Mm-hmm.
that's the thing about it though. It's like, well, at some point, somebody got to pick up the slack. So
Mm-hmm.
how does the government get money? Taxes.
Right.
And you mean
And
to
who
tell
do they
me
tax?
the people who can't, the people who pay taxes, the most taxes, are the people who can barely afford the most taxes.
Mm-hmm.
So make it make work, like make it make sense. So yes,
Mm-hmm.
at some point you can't hide behind, oh, I'm employing people. Oh, you can't hide behind, oh, it's not in my name, it's in my business name.
And
But
that's what
you
they
own
do.
your business, right?
And that's what they do.
And like I said, I again, I know that's what they do,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not fair. It's not right. It's a broken system.
It's definitely not right. But I mean, that's the game. I mean.
I mean, but here's the thing. That's why I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
at some point, yes, billionaires
Mm-hmm.
have to pay their fair share,
Right.
realized or
I feel like they
unrealized.
should. I feel like they should.
Mhm.
But once again, like the Wiz, you can't win if you don't
Well,
go.
shit.
If you can't get out
I'm
of the
sorry.
game.
Hey, listen. Here's the thing. Not everybody is qualified and inept to go and start a business and get the game like that.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody can be a business owner, Cam.
Um, and that's true.
Not everybody. Not everybody
That's
can
true.
go
That's
out.
true.
No, but everybody can go out and invest like that for real, for real.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm saying is tax them enough to where you're able to take care of your people, or make them, or put laws into place where they have to pay their people. If you don't want to tax them, put laws into place where they have to go. This is the taxable. This is like minimum wage. I don't believe in minimum wage. I believe in livable wage. I don't believe that, oh,
Mm-hmm.
minimum wage should be this and minimum wage should be that. I believe that it should be a sliding scale updated every 5 years of boom. This is how much we need to pay people.
Mm-hmm.
This is how much your company is worth. This is how much you need to pay people based on how much your company is worth.
And I definitely agree. But you do have to realize this. Just like what they say in business all the time, it ain't what you know, it's who you know.
Well,
If your homeboy is the
mhm,
president of the United States, which
mhm,
means y'all hang out all the time, y'all play golf whenever y'all want to, and he
mhm,
real deal got love for you, he know your wife, he know your kids, he know all that. He's gonna take care of you like a brother,
mhm.
regardless of of who get in the way. Like you said, the people get stomped on or whatnot. He's gonna make sure you taken care of.
Right. Well, even at that, that's why I said, going back to my earlier point, it's at some point people have to start electing people that's going to serve in their best interest and stop voting against their best interest. And at some point, people got to realize and say, "Hey, it's not the system that's broken. It's truly not. It's working exactly how it want to work. The problem is the people who have the power to actually change the system are too dumb to change it. Truthfully, it really is. Or no, wait, I won't say too dumb or uneducated on how to truly change it,
Mm.
and they don't. And it's kind of messed up because everybody's on this hamster wheel where we can't stop and do the research. Some people don't have the time to stop and do the research, so they have to go take stuff to secondhand, third hand knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
I get it, cool, but I just say, hey man, at some point you gotta, like, as a billionaire, I fault nobody for being a billionaire, but I say, hey, at some point you do have to take care of your people at any level.
Right.
And at some point, if you're not gonna make billionaires pay more taxes, then you need to make them pay more people,
Right.
or pay their people more.
I feel you. But ultimately, we all know that we want it to happen.
Mhm.
But
All right, I got enough time for one more. Let's see where we going. Where you want to go to?
well, okay. So what I was gonna think of, what I was thinking about doing is,
Mhm.
honestly, we can do a part one, part two of this because I know you
Bet,
gotta
bet, bet.
go.
Right.
But let's see. Okay. But yeah. So let me exit that. Okay. But yeah. So what I do think, like, and I'm pretty much gonna wrap it up. But what I
Mhm.
do think is, we are gonna continue with this video. But my last few thoughts on it, as far as right now, is you do have those people that are in power that are wanting to, but then you have those that don't want to. At the end of the day,
Mhm.
people are gonna take care of their own first before any and everybody else.
Mhm.
That goes for the people that got the B's with their names and the M's. So it's just the fact of, you either gonna be one of those people that end up having your own way and you can stay out the way, or you gonna feel some type of way and get in the way. Literally. And to break that down to Ebonics, and to break that down to Ebonics, you're pretty much like, you have to make that decision every day of your life that, okay, well, obviously I see how the game is being ran. I see, okay, well, in order for you to make it, you got to end up being one of those people that get obsessed with being successful. You have to be obsessed with success,
Mhm.
or you can be one of those people that just like, yeah, well, it's
I don't
just
even think
never
it's
gonna
that.
work for me.
I don't even think it's that though. You know what I truly think?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like people just need to do this. This is the best way you can help your situation. And the best thing that I encourage people to do. Educate yourself on all facets of your life. And just become a master of yourself.
What if they don't know where to start, or what if they don't know what it is?
Wherever aspect you are in your life, become a master of yourself. You can't control everything that happens around you. You
Mm-hmm.
can't control all your circumstances all the time, but you can control yourself. So become a master and educate yourself on yourself first.
By investing.
And then shameless plug.
I had to. I had to.
uh but yeah, educate yourself and then truthfully start making move once you get that education for your in it with yourself
Mm.
and investing in yourself. Um Start learning. You don't have to become a millionaire. You don't have to become a billionaire. But figure out what works for you. You don't
Right.
have to be successful, quote unquote. Success is defined by how you define the success. It's defined differently by different people.
Mm-hmm.
Truthfully, the biggest thing I can tell people is just to become a master of yourself and a master of your own being. And then that
Right.
way you can be, by becoming a master of yourself and understanding yourself, you can understand your situations and how to improve your situation.
Mm. Gotcha. Well,
All right, until part two.
but yeah, all right, y'all. So this has been part one of Money Fixes What on the Not the Color But the culture, the one and only. I was finna say not a color, but the one and only. But but we're gonna see y'all next week, and we're gonna continue this thing. Oh, also, if y'all haven't already, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and keep this thing going. Listen, if y'all like what y'all have heard so far, please comment your favorite part, and also could you share this with one? Let me see. Share this with 3 people. Okay, share this with 3 people. It don't matter who it is. Just share this mindset with 3 people. So, like I said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We'll see y'all when we see y'all. Peace.
This some hot shit right here, for real. Yeah. Look, do you hear me, baby? Yeah, you chance with the chains, don't come near me, baby. Young Mike Jack, I came to dance in your city, baby. Told my moms, they hoes, they been way too friendly lately. My old news got 2 babies.